sa da ni pa da ma pa ga ma ri ga sa. Think you can't sing? In 10 steps, I'll prove you wrong. I know how that feels because I've seen many beginners who start with doubt. Maybe you have told yourself, I don't have the voice for this, or singing is only for gifted people. But let me tell you a quick story. When I first began teaching, I met students who couldn't even hold a note without strain. Some were shy, some thought they were tone deaf, and some had completely given up on singing. But after following simple step-by-step approach, they started hearing their voice transform. Clearer notes, more confidence, and the spark of joy when they realized, yes, I can sing. Hi, I am Soumya Anand, Carnatic music vocal coach, and you are watching Swaralaya music. My passion is helping people to discover their true voice, whether you start from zero or looking to refine your skills. And today, I'm going to share 10 simple steps that anyone can follow to start singing better right away. Let's make a deal. You bring your passion and I'll bring the 10 steps to unlock your voice. Let's begin. Why am I sharing this with you? Because if those students once thought singing was impossible, could unlock their voices, you absolutely can too. That is exactly why I have broken this down into 10 simple beginner friendly steps. Each step will build your confidence, open up your voice, and make singing feel natural and not forced. But before diving into the steps, let me quickly share something important I have noticed while teaching the beginners. Most students don't actually struggle because they can't sing. Their struggles come from very specific challenges. The first big challenge, they can't repeat exactly what is being taught. This is not because they are careless. It is simply lack of proper ear training. And even when they do understand the notes and the flow, here comes the second challenge. They can't execute it smoothly because they haven't yet built the right techniques to support their singing. That's why these 10 simple steps are so powerful. They directly tackle these challenges one by one. Let's begin. Step 1, Ear training basics for absolute beginners. Before we even sing, I want to share a quick story. One of my beginner students came to me saying, I know the tune in my head, but when I sing, it never sounds the same. I said, okay, let's try a simple phrase with just two notes, sa and pa. I sang, sa, pa. She repeated it, but the notes weren't matching at all. Her voice was floating in a different space. This is a very common beginner challenge. Your brain hears the tune, but your ears aren't trained enough to guide your voice correctly. I told her, don't worry about singing songs yet. Let's train your ears like we train a child to recognize alphabets before reading sentences. We tried the same notes, sa and pa, couple of times. After she became steady with the notes, we also practiced other notes. The best part is, she came back to me saying her family for the first time told her singing sounds like a music, not just humming. So, the first step is so powerful. Train your ears, your voice will automatically follow. Let's move on to the next step. Step 2, Connecting the notes smoothly. Now that your ears are starting to recognize the notes, the next big challenge is, how do you actually move between the notes smoothly? I have seen this many times with my beginner students. They get trained to sing individual notes correctly, like sa, pa, da. But the moment I ask them to connect the notes and sing, like sa, ri, ga, ri, ga, ga, ma, pa, da, pa, da, they go off track. Why? Because Singing each note separately is easy, but beautiful music doesn't come from separate notes. It comes from connecting the notes into a flowing patterns. That is exactly why we start with basic Carnatic lessons, Sarali Varsai and Janta Varsai. Sarali teaches you the smooth connectivity between the notes, both in ascending and descending order. Gentai strengthens your grip on repeating swaras with clarity. The best part is, even if you are not a Carnatic student, learning these foundational varisais makes your voice flow naturally between the notes instead of sounding broken or disconnected. So, step 2 is all about learning to flow with notes, making your singing more musical, connected, and effortless. After learning Sarali Varsai, you will notice a huge difference. Your swara connectivity improves. And when you practice all the three speeds, your pitch control and flexibility also grow stronger. But here is something important. Smooth connection of swaras is only the beginning. To truly sing with confidence, you also need stability and projection in your voice. That's why, in addition with Sarali Varsai, I introduce my students with something called as staircase exercises. Just like climbing the stairs, make your legs stronger step by step. Staircase exercises in singing train your voice to move across the notes without slipping or shaking. The best part is we have different types of staircase exercises. But for the beginners, we will start with something simple. Let's dive into the step 3, improving stability of your voice. Let's try two examples of staircase exercise. The first one goes like this. Sari, sari, ga. Sari ga ma, sari ga ma pa, sari ga ma pa da, sari ga ma pa da ni. Sari ga ma pa da ni sa. So if you notice, the first swara is sa, root note sa. From there we are climbing one note above and we are standing on the last note in each step for 4 counts. Doing this, your stability of that particular note will improve a lot. One more example we will see of staircase exercise. Ni sa, da ni sa, pa da ni sa, ma pa da ni sa, ga ma pa da ni sa. Re ga ma pa da ni sa, sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. So in this, our first note is not the same. We are taking different notes. We are starting from re, it is going re ga ma pa da ni sa. So the last note is same. In this, the starting note is not same, but the ending note is same. And like the previous example, we are taking 4 counts at the stop of the note. Ni sa, 4 counts. So doing this improves the stability and projection of your voice. By now, with Sarali and staircase exercises, your voice has started to get more stable and controlled. But to make it more stronger and sharper, we need something more powerful, and that's where Gentai exercises come in. Gentai means double notes. The first note is sung plain and the second gets a little push of strength. It is almost like you're giving your voice a workout, one gentle, one strong. Example, sa sa re re ga ga ma ma pa pa da da ni ni sa sa. What is so exciting is that Jantai comes in many interesting patterns. If you practice in all three speeds, your voice becomes bold, steady, and full of life. Example: sa sa re sa re ga ga ma ma re ga ga ma ma pa pa. I also make my students try Jantai patterns variations like reverse order exercises or mixing pairs and triplets. Examples: Ma ma ga ga re ga ga, ma ma ga ga re sa sa, pa pa ma ga ga ma pa pa ma ga ga re. Sa sa re ga ga ma re ga ma pa pa pa. This not only strengthens your voice, it also improves pitch perfection and flexibility. If Sarali is a foundation, then Jantai is like strong pillars that hold your voice steady. After gaining strength with Jantai exercises, many students come to me with the same struggle. They say, Ma'am, I can sing the notes if they are in order, but the moment I have to skip or jump, I go wrong. And that's very common because music is not always step by step like a staircase. It often demands jumps between the notes, quick, precise, and smooth. Without flexibility, these jumps sound shaky or off pitch. That's where Datu exercises come to the rescue. Datu itself means jumping. It trains your voice to skip one or two notes so you can move freely across the notes without losing pitch or flow. Few examples of Datu exercise are sa re sa ga re ga re ma sa ma ga re sa re ga ma. One more. Sa ma ga ma re ga sa ga re ga sa ga ma. We can also practice in different speeds like sa ri sa ga ri ma sa ma ga ri sa ri ga ma ga pa ri ga ma da pa da pa ni da pa ma da ni. When beginners first try these, they struggle. Their voice often slide awkwardly or fall flat. But with practice, Datu makes the voice flexible, sharper, and confident, ready to handle any phrase in music. So, if you have ever felt stuck singing only the straight sequences, Datu is your breakthrough to expressive and free flowing music. Now that you have unlocked the flexibility with Datu exercises, your voice is getting trained to move freely across the notes. But remember, real singing is not just about going up and up. The complete voice should also be able to go down with equal control. That's where step 6 comes in. Lower octave training. Most beginners love singing in the middle and the higher octaves, but they often neglect the lower octave. But the truth is, lower octave is the foundation of your voice. Practicing lower octave exercises not only makes your voice deep, rich, and stable, but also strengthens your breath support and helps you avoid strain when you are singing the higher notes. One of the simplest lower octave exercise is standing in each lower note for some amount of time, like sa, ni, da, and so on. One more example. We can also practice lower octave phrases like Gari sa ni sa ri. Gari sa ni dha ni sa ri. Gari sa ni da pa da ni sa ri. Gari sa ni da pa ma pa da ni sa ri, and so on. Once you have built a strong foundation with lower octave practice, it's time to explore the other side of your voice. Just like a tree grows upwards when its roots are strong, your voice also needs the ability to soar into the higher notes with ease. That brings up to step 7, upper octave exercises. Many singers struggle with higher notes because they push from the throat or force their chest voice. This causes strain and makes the sound tight. But remember, in my previous videos, we discussed the head register, the light, open, yawn-like space where your higher notes feel natural. Upper octave exercises train your voice to transition smoothly from chest voice to head voice. So your higher notes are not forced but free and ringing. One of the simplest upper octave exercise practice is holding each upper note for few seconds, like sa, ri, ga, ma, pa, and so on. One another example, we can also practice upper octave phrases like da ni sa ri sa ni, da ni sa ri ga ri sa ni, da ni sa ri ga ma ga ri sa ni, da ni sa ri ga ma pa ma ga ri sa ni, and so on. After strengthening your voice in both lower and upper octave, the next challenge is how do we make these registers blend smoothly instead of sounding like separate blocks? That's where step 8 comes in, gliding exercises, or what we call Jaru in Carnatic music. Jaru is one of the most beautiful and essential gamakas in Carnatic music. Instead of abruptly jumping from one note to another, we gently glide, creating a natural connected flow. Example of gliding exercise. Let me take a simple ascending phrase of notes. Let me do it first without glides, plainly, and again the same phrase let me do with glides. Let us compare the sounds. Yes? Sa ga ri ma ga pa ma da pa ni da sa. With glides, sa ga ri ma ga pa ma da pa ni da sa. Let me do a descending phrase. Sa da ni pa da ma pa ga ma ri ga sa. With glides, sa da ni pa da ma pa ga ma ri ga sa. This technique helps you to blend your lower, middle and upper registers into one seamless voice. It helps to avoid cracks or breaks while shifting between octaves. It helps to add beauty and emotion to your singing because songs feel alive when the notes flow into each other. Jaru is like painting with your voice. No sharp edges, only graceful strokes. Once you master this glide, your singing instantly becomes more expressive, smooth, and professional. Now that you have learned to glide between the notes with Jaru, your voice has gained smoothness and expression. But to take that refinement further, we need to bring it all into open vowel practice. That's why step 9 is all about akara practice. Akara, singing notes or exercises on the vowel A. It is a key to building a voice that is stable, flexible, controlled, and projecting with power. When you sing Sarali, Jantai, Datu, and even Jaru exercises in Akara, you are no longer just training your pitch. You are shaping your actual singing tone. Why Akara? Because most of our music flow through open vowel. R develops fullness and resonance your voice needs for real songs. Examples. One more. One more. Practicing this way makes your voice sounds richer, more polished and performance ready. Think Akara as a bridge from exercise to actual music. It is a step that transforms practice into beautiful singing. Now that we have practiced Akara for stability, flexibility and projection, your voice has become more stronger and expressive. But remember, even the most beautiful voice can't shine without the key element rhythm. That's why step 10 is all about rhythm training. Rhythm is the heartbeat of music. You may sing the right note with powerful voice, but if you miss the beat cycle, the song loses its magic. Rhythm practice teaches you how to sing your voice with beat, making your singing sounds more confident and musical. Simple clapping exercises or tapping the feet while singing the notes can build rhythm sense. Without rhythm, notes float without direction. With rhythm, they come alive like a dance. Think of rhythm like a skeleton of music. It holds everything together and gives your singing flow, energy, and precision. Master rhythm. You will never get lost in a song again. And there you have it, 10 simple but powerful steps that can transform your singing, even if you have never sung before. From the ear training to mastering swara connections, from building strength and flexibility to gliding smoothly across the octaves, and finally, syncing everything with rhythm. You have the complete roadmap to unlock your voice. Remember, singing is not a gift for the chosen few. It is a skill anyone can build with right guidance and practice. And if this helped you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such practical singing tips. Thank you.